from the late defeat against Germany.
Yeah, check.
I know.
What up, what up, what up, what up?
It's good. We're back. We're back to watch
Can you hear me?
the.
I can't hear
I
you.
can hear you. You can't hear me. It's
Can't hear you.
impossible. What? You have to hear me. I can. You should be able to hear me. Something wrong with your stuff.
Can't hear you.
Nah, you should be able to hear me. Should be able to hear me.
I can't hear you.
Nah, then some.
How's it? How's it? How's it?
Good.
Around us.
Who do you have your money on?
Ivory Coast to qualify. Wait, are you seeing the stream for?
Are you streaming?
Yes, but I can't see.
Because we are live.
We are live. I'm already streaming.
See everything.
Yeah, I'm already streaming. Your thoughts on this one?
Easy win for Ivory Coast.
Okay, so we're gonna be. Germany is already qualified, right? We really don't need to jump too much on the German match.
Germany are going to be first. It's the probability is just low.
100%. So
actually, they're going to be first because they go head to head. So they're topping the group. So Ivory Coast need to win and they'll finish second. It's really about the big thing is if Ecuador can win. Because Germany do not even need to win. They can just put their
Germany can even lose, right?
They don't, yeah, they are still gonna top the group.
That is a nice flex.
So Undav did them a favor.
Yeah, Undav saved them big time. But I think yeah, I'm with Cote d'Ivoire. I think Cote d'Ivoire can qualify. That would be really nice to have like a lot of African countries in there.
We're going to have an African country in the quarterfinal. A lot of them.
Right? Because I think South Africa could beat Canada.
Yes, they should. They're a better footballing country than Canada.
A little bit more conservative at defender.
Wait. Is Ahmad playing in this game?
Mm-hmm.
Well, keep them alive. So
I'm going. Okay.
the first 90 odd seconds from Curaçao. From Nino Lacuna. A little bit of intent from Curaçao. You need to get a victory. Still
But I worry about Ivory Coast.
Why?
They might pull a Senegal here.
And lose?
Yeah.
Nah, no way.
But you can't lose to Curaçao, right?
No. Curaçao are the
Start betting team.
Yeah, they're the lowest. They're the worst team at the World Cup. They are there just because of their location. Like, it's just funny that Curaçao is in the World Cup and Italy is not.
Oh, that's true. But Italy has missed a couple of World Cups now.
They haven't been to many. They last went to the World Cup in
2014.
no. Wait, when was the last time Italy won?
14.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, 2014.
Match day.
Lineups look interesting.
And
I
they were
think nothing has
eliminated
changed.
in the group stages.
Oh yes, but I think today they started Nicolas Pepe. You see that?
Yeah.
Whoa!
Curaçao could score a goal. You know, I'm just thinking that South Africa could actually make it to the quarterfinals. And if they get lucky, they could make it to the semis. But they would have to beat France.
Very exciting start to this match. Both teams testing each other. Orana suits player who's trying to float between being in that back five and then up as well.
I just see like a 3-0 scoreline, 3-1. At least the Ivory Coast will win by at least 2 goals. 2-goal win.
Sunday's goal for Germany came in only the 7th minute.
So do you know, if we bet money, I was doing calculations on the games we got right, would have made 22,000 rand. Had we just made bets on the obvious games, like since the beginning, and put like some amount, like he had a bet on the obvious Argentina to win the 2 games, France. There's some obvious games. Brazil wins. You would have made quite a lot of money on the set bet.
But how is Spain going to spoil your market?
After Spain, after the Spain game.
Whoa!
Of course.
Nicolas Pepe. That's beautiful.
I mean, it's quite obvious. Curaçao, it's a miracle for them to be at the World Cup or to even score a goal. So they should be proud of themselves. But it's like amateur footballers.
But they scored Germany though.
Yeah, 1.
Not the start you want if you're Curaçao exact.
It's like playing Curaçao is like it's a guaranteed win. You know, so does that make the World Cup competitive then? Because you have other groups where you don't have a Curaçao. It's never clear. So teams like Curaçao, Jordan, Haiti kind of try. Yeah, there's the result of this extended World Cup format. Like, I really think it's too many teams. It's just for state padding. I would personally go back to the 32 teams.
32 teams, right?
Yeah, this is like diluted. Like,
I think 32 teams, then they reduce the amount of European teams.
So they're in a right.
it'll be tough because these things go on world rankings. What they could do though is maybe, I think it was fine the way it was. Yeah, maybe reduce because there are also some European teams where you're thinking, okay, Uzbekistan or Nigeria. I would pick Nigeria over Uzbekistan in the World Cup.
You see?
All excellent players.
I think they just need to add one more African team that we've ended. Yeah, I'll try to change, but 32 teams is just optimum. Guess what? They want to make it to 64 teams.
What?
Yeah, that's the plan. They expand the groups. And then you still have a round of that's the next World Cup. They really want to make it 64 teams.
So there'll be
16 groups.
So dangerous, doesn't need much room here. He turns, receives a multi beat, turns and tries to look for that far post. They clipped a little bit wide, it doesn't get the man.
I would rather have 32 teams and have more quality matches, and then maybe expand the days so people have more rest days. And then reduce the squad numbers, or maybe keep them the way they are. FIFA is just trying to make more money. They're just trying to milk.
Yemen and Ecuador are drawing.
Yeah, of course, it's 0-0.
1-1.
It's 1-1. Interesting. I had both teams to score on my betting ticket.
You bet today?
I didn't play, but I just had it. I haven't been playing any bets. It's just I didn't submit it. I'm just trying to see what the bookies think.
You're tomorrow on leave, ne?
Yeah.
They've actually played well.
Come on, Curaçao, go. Can you imagine Curaçao versus Spain?
Wow.
Or versus
Or
Brazil?
France.
Oh my God. Versus France, they'll get 10. Mbappe would feast.
Yeah.
I think you would get like 5 goals.
Yeah.
Go, Curaçao, go. So now this actually makes the World Cup records. Like,
even yesterday's Brazil.
Yeah, of course. Because now you have all these more games. It makes Miroslav Klose look like he wasn't doing much. Because back then the World Cup was tougher. You know, before 98 France, I think it was 24 teams.
Yeah.
It was tough to go to the World Cup. It meant something to go to the World Cup.
That's one of the ways to stop them.
It makes the qualifiers irrelevant if you have 64 teams. Like, you might as well just have the entire world, you know, have the entire world, like, play, you know, like, the qualifiers become irrelevant because 32 teams is the perfect number, I think. I would go back to the 32 teams. And then AFCON, I would stick to 16 teams.
16 teams for the AFCON.
Yeah. If they do it in 4 years, though, okay, 32 teams would make sense. Ooh, this guy's good. Number 7.
I think AFCON should have 36 teams.
36.
Yeah, like it should be a whole continental tournament.
They would have to host it every 4 years then.
You
Like
can still host it every 2 years.
No, it just gets diluted.
Oh yeah,
Like,
yes. Like every 4 years, right?
Yeah, because
Like
it's
what they-
really about the
Like what they
quality
do with Euros, right?
Yeah, it's going back to 4 years.
Yeah,
Okay.
if they do 4 years, they should put 36 teams.
36 or 32.
32, sorry.
Yeah, that would make sense. But then the qualifications wouldn't also not make sense. Because
The qualifications are easy.
Africa is 54 countries.
Yes,
So,
but you put qualifiers into 4 groups.
but then the qualifiers make no sense because you're going to eliminate 22 countries.
Yes. So the qualifiers should be like South American leagues.
Or like SADC.
Yes, SADC, East Africa, Sahel.
Oh yeah, that would make sense. Split them into Southern, Eastern,
and
Western, Northern, and Central.
And get like automatic places maybe for the first 20 teams. First 16 teams, automatic places. The remaining 16, they play playoffs. Now you'll be playing playoffs across teams from other. Like a 1-match playoff, it will be like a draw.
Or against other countries.
Yeah, like what they do in the Champions League. You get drawn to a team, you have one shot. Whoever wins is the one who goes to the to AFCON.
Oh yeah, Southern African. Yeah, that would make sense. I would love that.
What did you say? They play a league for like a year, right? Top 4 for maybe 2 years. Top 4 automatic places. Then there's just one final playoff game for the remainder of the places. Home and away.
The problem with 32 is that what limits that is that the host nation might not have the capability.
But you do it across 2 countries, like it has been done before though.
Okay, if you do it across 2 countries, that's fine.
Yeah, like Morocco and Tunisia, they host together.
No, Morocco can host on their own. I'm just saying it would then just circulate from Morocco to Tunisia, maybe Egypt and South Africa.
Like South Africa can host to Swaziland and Lesotho.
Okay, if you want to make it like that, cool.
Zimbabwe can host with Zambia and Botswana.
Nah, they can't.
They don't have enough stadiums, huh?
They don't have enough stadium and infrastructure so they'll struggle. They can, but 32 teams. If it was like 16 years, 32 teams, yo.
But they can, man.
Yeah, they can. It's just that the logistics and stuff, it will be hard.
But you watch this Cote d'Ivoire team, both of them around, and they just have so much talent. Some players up front, so many fun players to watch that can turn the game upside down.
I can hear your TV sound.
Cote d'Ivoire.
What are your thoughts on? There's some matches in the AMs that are interesting though.
Let me check them out.
So we have
Japan and Sweden.
I think that is a very interesting match.
What are you putting your money on?
Japan.
I'm putting my money on Sweden.
I get it, but I'll put my Japan is a good team.
Yeah,
That's
I
a
think
goal.
I think yeah.
How did Amad Diallo miss that?
I don't know. Do you think which African teams will you take? The modern ones or the previous ones?
The modern ones.
Okay, back then we had
The only team that is from back then that is deteriorated is Nigeria.
or you think the modern teams have improved?
The modern teams of all the other countries have improved.
I would think Nigeria.
Like olden day Nigeria would not survive Morocco. They'll be beaten to pulp.
Really? You think with
Yes.
the Kocha and
Yeah,
Kanu?
yes,
And
they
Agahoa?
would. Do you know why I say that?
Why?
It's because around that time they were still losing to a weak Morocco. Like
Okay.
modern football has improved so much. Countries have improved. It's countries with
Okay,
poor,
okay, okay. I think
like it's those countries with like poor economies that haven't really improved.
I think maybe of course, I think the tactics, nutrition.
Let's be honest. This
is
Ivory
great.
Coast team
Yeah.
is part of modern day, and we are talking of also the likes of the Yaya Toure team. That was their best team ever. And
Yeah,
it's a modern day team because that team is like barely 8 years ago.
Drogba, Yaya Toure,
Yes, those are brilliant teams.
Solomon Kalou.
The Senegalese team right now is their best ever.
Okay, that one I agree. It's better than the 2002 with Diop.
Yes. So teams that have deteriorated are two teams actually. It's Nigeria and Mali.
Mali have really deteriorated. You're right. Mali used to be
a juggernaut.
Mali was that team.
But even current day modern Cameroon is
Cameroon has gone down.
It has gone down, but still their best team was a modern team.
Yeah, it was like, but it's not really modern with the Eto. Okay, when do we cut? Which year do we cut off modern? Which year?
Okay, let's say 10 years ago.
Before 2010.
Yeah.
Post 2010. Okay.
Cameroon 2010 was a brilliant team.
Who do they have? Do they have Eto?
They had Mboma stopped in 2011, I think.
Oh yeah, Patrick Mboma. But do you think it was better? I think the 2002-3 Cameroon was
their 2002-3-4 team was brilliant.
Yeah, that was brilliant. That was
but I think Nigeria is the one that has really deteriorated. Because I think Nigeria has lost. Nigeria as a country has lost most of its players to England and South Africa.
South Africa?
Yeah.
Who's South African in the
Ocon?
Who's Nigerian?
He's Nigerian.
Who?
Ocon.
Oh, okay.
Ocon is Nigerian.
That's interesting.
That's actually interesting because of the whole stories that are going around these days.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Ocon is Nigerian.
Interesting. Actually, there are quite a lot of Nigerian athletes in South Africa, even like in sprinting.
Too many of them. But it's just that they've dual parenthood.
Oh, okay.
Where mom is South African and dad is Nigerian.
All right, so they are South African, like by...
No, they are not South African. They are Nigerians.
But they are born in South Africa.
Yeah, but they're Nigerians. They were eligible to play for Nigeria. They just realized you have a better chance in SA than Nigeria.
But they're South African. So they are both. You cannot say they are not South African. They're both.
No, by paternalhood, they are Nigerian.
But their parent, if you have parent is like South African, you're South African.
Yeah, but paternalhood is what usually works in paternity.
Like your father's born.
The way your father's born is your indominate country. Like Yamal is.
I don't believe that at all.
Yamal is Moroccan.
I just think like I don't believe in that.
Lamine is a Moroccan person.
Wait, was he born in Morocco or in Spain?
He was born in Morocco. He was born in Spain, but he's Moroccan.
He's Spanish.
Because paternalhood is what works in courts.
But it's Spanish.
No, but eligibility and paternalhood are two different things, though. You are just eligible to play for any team. It's like me. I can naturalize now to be South African, and then your argument will be, oh, because you are eligible for South Africa, you're South African. No, I'm not.
I don't believe that actually. I just think for me it's more about, I think it's more about sharing cultural roots and sense of belonging. I think that's what makes you like one. Of course, paternity is like a big thing, but I don't think it's the only factor. Because I know people who were like, for example, Pepe. Pepe was born in Brazil. He's Brazilian, but he moved to Portugal. He became Portuguese. He's Portuguese.
But he's Brazilian.
Yeah, but you cannot not say he's not also Portuguese.
No,
So
he's Portuguese by naturalization.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you see, you have to put a term to it. He's Portuguese by.
Yeah, but it's Portuguese.
No. He's Brazilian, but he's Portuguese by naturalization. That's how you say it.
Yeah, but it's Brazilian by birth. That you
No,
can
no,
also say
he's
that.
Brazilian.
But it's Portuguese now.
No. People who are naturalized are the ones who like to say, "I'm by birth, I am." But paternalhood is the reason why they are paternal courts. They are very important. You know.
Yeah, but I think what I'm trying to get to is you cannot dismiss that. For example, you cannot dismiss that Mbappe is not French. It's French.
Mbappe is French by naturalization.
Yeah, but it's French.
Yes, he's French by naturalization.
But that's still French. It doesn't take away
No,
him being French.
the original French people look at him differently, though.
But it's still French.
But they look at him differently. I mean, it's the same thing. Luckily, this chat is no people, so we can say whatever. And that's the same thing with the issues in South Africa today. That South Africans are saying, if you're a South African woman and you had a child with a Nigerian man, that Nigerian child should go with their father.
Yeah, but that makes no sense.
No, it makes a lot of sense because that child is not South African.
No, I don't agree. I don't agree there. I think it's very wrong. It's like, okay, it's like we go to Zimbabwe and basically just say everybody who is Malawian lineage is not Zimbabwean. So that would make the president not Zimbabwean.
We just do not have a functioning economy. If we had, I can tell you based on how territorial Shona people are, that would actually be the case. What's happening in South Africa would be happening in Zim right now.
Yeah, I don't support it. I think it's nonsense. Like,
I don't think it's nonsense. I think genetic pool should be very clear. We can appreciate and accept you in our spaces, but we are different. I think there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, no, but it's like you cannot then deny that people came from Malawi many years ago.
But they are not Zimbabwean Tinashe.
But then if we do that, then nobody is anything. Because
yeah, but unfortunately
you didn't come from
that
Zimbabwe
conversation
initially.
That conversation is always had in America. Actually, America is a good example.
Because
what you're talking
came
about
from the United States.
America, the Italians in America acknowledge that they are Italian Americans.
Nobody in the USA is American.
Yes, they are. The only Americans in America are those Indians.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's actually race theory in America establishes that the original indigenous people are the owners of America. The rest of us are just visiting.
Exactly. So if you do that, then but it doesn't then disqualify everybody.
No one has been disqualified.
I think for me,
no one. You see, what you're not getting is that no one has been disqualified. It's just an unfortunate and boring truth to swallow. To realize you are actually not. You can benefit from legality, but you are not. That's what all they're saying is legally you belong, but
it's not really about legally. You know what makes you belong to a place? It's sharing cultural values and belief. And would you go to war for America?
No, I wouldn't.
So you're not American.
That's actually what you're saying is exactly what you're saying. What you're saying
is once you naturalize, right?
Yes, what you're saying, what you're saying is exactly the reasons why the American army has issues with black soldiers from minorities. black soldiers from minorities, Mexican and black,
Mm-hmm.
they have the biggest group of like people who desert the army.
Yeah, but then they don't believe. It's like because for me, I really believe it's like if you're a Madridista, right? Like okay, maybe it's a terrible
Let me
thing.
give you a good example of what you're saying. The antithesis of what you're saying, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cape Flats people are, a lot of them are actually descendants of the Khoisan.
Yeah.
They are the original South Africans.
Okay, if you look at it like that,
But
as far as we trace back,
but they don't share
mm-hmm.
ties with anyone in South Africa as we speak. So what
Mm-hmm.
are you talking about?
What do you mean share ties?
They don't. Like Cape Flats people are the most marginalized group of people in South Africa.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
No, you can't say unfortunate because your theory is if you share cultural ties with the people, then you belong. But they are actually the originals of the land.
Yeah, but
they
okay,
don't. But they don't
we're looking
belong.
at
But they don't
we're looking
belong.
at no, they do belong in this
They
country.
don't belong in their country. A lot of people in
They do.
Kailicha don't even have IDs.
Okay, that's really bad. But I'm just saying that's a wrong that should kind of be corrected.
Should I give you another one?
Yeah, sure.
Wyoming. The Red Indians in Wyoming have the same issue.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate. It's very unfortunate.
The
unfortunate.
Indians in Hawaii have the same issue.
Mm-hmm.
They are actually seen as if they don't belong, but they actually are the owners of the land.
But then I think you are. I don't know. I'm trying to see like there's a little bit of a flaw in your argument.
I'm
like
actually trying to glare you something to say to say legality does not mean you belong somewhere. Legality doesn't mean you belong somewhere.
Okay, so are you saying the Red Indians, as much as they don't belong in America? Is that what you're trying to say?
The Red Indians, based on you think they share values with Americans, but they don't. They actually don't.
Explain. What do you mean?
They don't, in the sense that they are the original people of the land, and their values are different from the Americans we know. So the people who came actually came with their values and forced them on them.
Okay.
The Aborigines in New Zealand, the same thing. They actually don't belong in their land.
There's still a little bit of flaws.
No, but I'm just the Mongolians in Mongolia have the same issue. Oh, actually, Mongolia is a bit different because Genghis Khan made it a point to make sure his people belong. You know.
I think it can be both, though.
That's why I'm saying legality doesn't. Me actually saying legality doesn't mean you belong is also accepting that those people we say don't belong, they legally belong. But in truth, speaking truth to originality, they actually don't. Like, it's me and you right now. We have kids in South Africa. Our kids can stand there and be saying, we're South African. But they are not. They are not.
I disagree. I disagree with that. Like,
no,
what you're basically saying is, I know a lot of people who were born to Malawian parents. I know. Okay, maybe it's my own view of things, which is different from other people, unfortunately. And I stand by my view. Like, I'm looking at the world the way I see it, like how I would treat people, not what people do. So maybe that's where we clash. So for example, if I see someone who was born, like I really never liked it. Like I know in Zimbabwe, sometimes people would look at people who were born in, like, who have Malawian roots as, they'll be given names. And exactly. And I just thought that's very wrong.
No, but Achimwene is not a derogatory term.
No, some of them were derogatory because I have had conversations with people like that. Like
They
I know that
so
on a personal
the
basis, and I can
Malawians,
tell you
the
up to
Malawian,
now,
the
there's still
Malawian
some.
quota, the Malawian quota in Zim in terms of city centers, right?
Mhm.
The remaining original Malawians are found in Mbare.
Yeah.
Mbare to Harare is like you, bro.
Yeah, I know.
The setup you see in South Africa is exactly Zimbabwe. The migrants from Malawi are in Harare.
Yeah.
Majority of them. They came to Harare because Zimbabwe had a very booming steel industry and heavy and light industry back in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
So that was an attraction. So because of that, these Malawian families came and they came with their families.
Mhm.
But at the time, the Malawians who came to Harare were employed because the original Shona people did not want to get paid less by Smith's regime.
Mhm.
They decided, let's actually go to war. The Shona people in Harare decided to go to war.
I know.
The Malawian quoted the reason why there was enmity for a long time between the original Shona people and the Malawian contingents is because the Shona people were saying, you Malawians are coming into Harare to accept to be bullied and be abused. The Shona people were saying, no, we want our country, let's go to war. So after independence, the Shona people quickly and fully understood that anyone who speaks Chewa, we can accept is maybe from Zambia, not Malawi. That's actually the history. No one really wants to talk about that, but it's the truth.
Okay, so basically, there are three schools of thought here, right? From what you're saying. Like, it's really down to how you look at things. And different countries have different models. There's just basically, of course, there's legality now because we have like laws. So you can legally just become a citizen of any country. But I think what you're talking about yourself is not really citizenship. It's more like interchangeable, like nationalism. I think that's what you're referring to.
Right.
Basically,
Thank you for saying that. So nationalist principles are bent down and etched in the concept of originality, usually, most of the time. The problem with nationalist principles is that the question becomes who is or who has the privilege of being the nationalist?
Exactly. It's really flawed though.
It's flawed, but then it's actually not flawed on the basis of someone saying who was the early amongst the ones we are seeing right now, who was the earliest in a land.
Well, it's so messed up because
the reason
to when you have to go to what year?
So the reason why I'm saying this is the reason why South African people can accept Afrikaans.
Of course, but you have to go to what year?
Listen, South African people can accept Afrikaans and British colonial group led by Ian Smith and Cecil John Rhodes. They can accept those groups, but won't accept an African from Zimbabwe, even though they are aware of the fact that a lot of Zimbabweans were actually migrants from Shaka Zulu's Mufecani and Difecani, those wars.
Yeah, I know.
They are aware of that, but what did the Boeries and the white people do? They nationalized identity.
Yeah,
most countries nationalized identity. America nationalized identity, and the Aborigines and the Red Indians were left behind.
It depends. Yeah. So what you're getting to, Nate, there's so many ways to define, because sometimes you have Islamic countries, like you just need to be like, for example, Israel. You just need to be a Jew, like Jewish, to be an Israeli.
Not really.
You do. That's kind of it.
No. It's not like that.
It's actually like that.
If you pay attention to what the Jews or how the Jews move, it's actually not like that.
It is like that.
Do you know why I say that? Do you know why I say that?
Try to argue your point. Yes.
Because the current Jews in the Middle East are actually not Jewish. That's my like. It's not true. Austrians are in the Jew. Oh, sorry.
You have to be a Jew. Basically, I was just saying, it's much easier if you're Jewish to become Israeli,
Just a moment.
because that's the entire concept of the country.
So
Doesn't mean that everybody who is Israeli is Jewish, but I'm just saying it's much easier.
So in Israel, there are three types of people. So in Israel, there are three types of people. And their Jewishness is on the basis of two places. The first one is the original Jews, the biblical original Jews we know.
There are different kind of Jews. There's
I'm not
Ashkenazi
done.
Jews.
Let me finish.
Mhm.
That's what I'm saying. There are three places. Then the ones you know today, the ones that are running that area, the ones that are running, they came into Israel in 1961, I think. They are Jews of Second World War. But this group of Jews is particularly different in the sense that anyone who identified with Jewishness, Jewish rule, Jewish beliefs, whether you are Austrian or German, you were considered Jew.
Yeah, of course.
So those are actually not Jews. Those are actually not Jews. But today, they are seen as Jews. Then there's one final group, the problematic group. The one that also was part of the ones from Europe after the Second World War who went to America. You know Netanyahu? Netanyahu is one of those. They actually carry a different a second name. It's not just Jewish. They are actually called Zionists. Zionists are a type of Jew. They sometimes are termed the extremist Jewish group, which purely believes in the real separation of anyone not Jew. So they are actually in Israel today, and those Zionists actually function in their own land whilst across with other. It's like you know the Karangas, the Shona Karangas, right? Treating the Zulus differently. That's actually what happens in Israel today.
Yeah. So I get what you're saying, and I understand. And I think, okay, I just think I kind of appreciate, or at least acknowledge other people's view of all these things. But I have my own view,
Oh,
and which is
no.
very different.
So
And I'm not dismissing what other people think. And
no. I'm
I
not.
acknowledge it.
I'm actually not dismissing what you're saying.
Yeah.
I
So
think
so basically, if you ask me, is someone whose parents are grandparents from Malawi and they're born in Zimbabwe, if you would say they're Malawian, I would just say they're equally Zimbabwean.
they are Zim Malawians.
Yeah. I would never dismiss their Malawian heritage.
No,
But
no,
I would
no,
not
no, no.
also
I
say,
actually appreciate their Malawianness
yeah, of
because
course.
I understand Zimbabwe is a diverse
Yeah, exactly.
is a
So
diverse place.
I wouldn't say
But they should not also forsake their Malawianness.
no, they shouldn't. That's where maybe we're clashing. I'm just saying you can accept your heritage, and if you have Malawian tradition, that's okay. But for me, as soon as you, for example, you stay in Zimbabwe when you're like from 6, there's absolutely no way I'm not gonna say you're not a Zimbabwean. And if you love your Malawian like food, you can have your Malawian food, but that doesn't not make you not a Zimbabwean. That's
No,
what
no,
I'm
no, no,
getting to.
no, 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 no. Legally, you are Zimbabwean, 100%. But
Yeah,
you are not Zimbabwean.
that's where we're disagreeing.
You are saying,
That's I'm saying you can be both. Why
do you
you
know,
can literally be both.
do you know why I understand the way you're coming from?
No, you have that view. I'm just saying when I
No, no,
look at
no, no,
you,
no. That's what I'm saying. I fully
I
understand where
will
you're
not
coming from. Where you're
say,
saying a Malawian should beat their chest and say they are Zimbabwean.
they can. Why not?
They can. Legally, they can.
Legally,
Legally, they can.
patriotically, they can.
They can. Legally, they
Yeah.
can.
So
A naturalized migrant can say they are from that place, but
yeah.
they are not. It's just a it's just
No, I completely okay. You it's what the thing is, you are looking at what you look at and maybe what other people look. I'm telling you what I see. If I look at you, this is me, right? And I don't care what anyone else thinks. Like the entire world can think otherwise. But I'm telling you about me. If I look at you, you're Mbappe. If I was French, born in French, I can accept and acknowledge your descendants from Cameroon. But when you sing the national anthem and you play for France, to me, you're French. You're
yeah.
part of it.
You see, but you see, that's now the thing.
That's me.
The
And if
world,
anyone else looks at it like that,
the world,
that's their problem.
the world doesn't look at it like that.
The world. But I'm saying I look at it like that.
No, I mean
So,
that's fine. But I'm just saying
yeah.
the world.
So
That's why you see
that's it.
even.
And
That's why
I
you
can
see even.
acknowledge,
That's why you
I
see
can
even.
acknowledge there are people who won't look at it like that.
That's
And
why,
that's fine.
but
That
see,
is them.
but see,
And I'm just saying I refuse to
but
do
see,
that.
and it's fine to refuse that. But that's why you see a person like Mbappe, when they talk about him, they say a French player with what? With Cameroonian what?
Descendants. Yeah, it's fine. That's them. But you are looking at it like how the world looks at things. And just because the world looks at things in a way, it doesn't make it right.
But I have so many reasons to agree with that though.
I don't agree with that.
Okay, what are your reasons to disagree with that notion? I actually would
To
just
say what? Are you saying, okay, what I'm trying to say is you can still appreciate, for example, the Obama, right? Would you say Obama is an American?
Obama is an American by naturalization. Yes, he is.
Yeah, so would you say he doesn't, he can't stand proud and say, I'm an American president?
No, you can stand proud. That's why I said legally you can.
Not even legally, but he's American. He's part of the.
No,
It's
he's
like building
American.
history.
He's American.
So you know how it works, right? It's like part of building the history and build. That's how you build things. That's how it starts because
as a matter of fact,
200 years ago, 200 years ago,
with the same person you're talking about, he's
Mhm.
actually number one to say, I am American, but I acknowledge where I'm from.
You're not getting me. I'm literally saying you can acknowledge where you're coming from. I
No,
don't
but
understand
you see,
which
but you
part
see,
of your brain
but you
is
see,
not
if
getting
you
that.
acknowledge where you're from, that
Yeah.
actually makes people who are from that land to also acknowledge that you are
It's
actually not from
okay. And
here.
that's why you're not getting it. Like, I'm not saying, you see, I think you're thinking that you have to say, because now I was born in Canada, I was born in Kenya, I moved to America, I'm no longer from Kenya. So I don't identify with those people from Kenya. No, 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 no. You can still be proud of your Kenyan heritage. You can still visit your homeland, your original homeland. But you can also just equally say, it's like getting married. You know, when you're married, it's like you form a new family. You can't just dismiss like, I'm not a Kenyan anymore. Like I've never heard Obama deny his Kenyan heritage. He's proud of it. You can be so proud of a Kenyan heritage, but it doesn't mean you cannot then say
No,
because I was born in Kenya.
so many people, based on what you're saying, deny where they're from.
No, see, that's the you know why they deny? Because of this thing of saying people maybe they have a psychological thing where they'll think maybe that's way to be accepted. But I'm saying that's actually not okay. That's why I was being back to say if you're born in Malawi and you came from Malawi, you can still be proud that I came from Malawi, but that doesn't make you less of a Zimbabwean. That's what I'm trying to say. And that's where people maybe don't get me. Like, you can still be very proud of where you grew up. Uh, if you grew up in some ghetto somewhere, you could grow up in a ghetto in Zimbabwe, right? And like grow up there and move to Australia and integrate into the community, in the Australian community. Because what I really believe about like integrating, right, is if you're not gonna also accept the place where you're going to, like also like maybe when I say shared values, I don't mean you forget yours. But if you go to Britain, like if you don't appreciate the British culture and the British art or something, then you're gonna find it hard to integrate. But if you can appreciate that, you can still be proud to say, you know what, I came from here, but I love British music,
But you
or I
see,
love this.
Muslims and Jews are not like that.
That's the problem. You see, that is the problem. So for them, that's what I was saying. You remember my first point of saying it's about also like
No. I mean, even to the point where they go to, they want
yeah,
to
and I
impose.
say that is wrong.
They
That
want
is
to
very wrong.
impose. They want to impose
No,
where
no,
they
no,
are
no.
from to where
That
they
is so
go to.
wrong. No, that is
And
wrong now.
because at least half of the world, or maybe one quarter of the world, moves and does that. It's not just them. The Chinese are like that.
And I'm saying that is actually where like
Indians,
people.
Indians are like that.
Okay, I don't
If
know who is like that, but I'm just saying it's if you look at it like that, then because part of you becoming it's like if I come to your house, and I
Mm,
live with you guys for like months,
mm.
it would only work if I appreciate like the way you guys live in your house
Mm.
and I become part of the house.
Now, that's why
You
I'm
see?
saying what you are saying, I get you. But what you are saying is actually done. This, I know, controversial what I'm about to say, but
Mm-hmm.
what you're actually saying, right,
Mm-hmm.
is only done
Mm-hmm.
by SADC people, East
True.
Africans,
Mm-hmm.
and some Europeans.
True. Other people don't. And
If
that's
you go
why
to, okay, I do understand South Americans tend to sometimes assimilate,
you
but
have to assimilate. If
but
you cannot assimilate,
but
it's not
then
gonna
but
work.
then but then if we count the numbers we just counted right now,
Mhm.
you can see that at least half of the world has a
Mhm.
tendency of wanting to not to want to integrate. They actually
That's
want to impose.
that's a problem.
We
Now
are in Africa right now, but
that's a
there's a
problem.
mosque. There's a mosque around here where they wake up in the morning and make noise for people who are sleeping.
That's a problem now. You see, so it doesn't really work if you do it like because I think like the only way people can move and that's why I kept emphasizing that you have to be part of the culture and like integrate because if you don't do that, it's not gonna work.
But people,
Unfortunately.
Tintin,
That's my view of the world though. So
I
unfortunately,
understand that, and I think your view of the world, right, If this was being talked about in front of other people, like all the other people we know, right? I'm telling you, they'll be like, we get, that's the perfect world.
Unfortunately, it's not like that.
But unfortunately, the world.
Thank you. And I can tell you, whatever you're saying, I kind of get it. I'm just saying this is how I live my life. That's how I look at people.
No.
And
If
I will
if
not
if
conform.
if people who are from China, who are from India, people who are from Indians are actually better. They try to assimilate. They do better.
You have
Indians.
to assimilate.
But
Otherwise,
trust me, do you know what Muslims are doing in England?
I understand. Like, I understand that. Like, and I can totally get where you're coming from. And I think it's hard because you have a community. Because part of what makes it hard is that, like, if you go to a new community and then you want to try to change and impose your side, it doesn't work. If you, however, want to integrate and say, you know what, guys, I love the way you move, and it's so easy to gradually blend in and become part of it. But if you don't do that, it's gonna be chaos. It will never end well. I can promise you. And part of it is maybe if you go to a country that's like single language, okay, South Africa is different. There are many languages. If you go to England and you don't even take an effort to learn English, to learn British culture, and it's not gonna work. It's just simply people are gonna feel like you're invading them, and they're gonna.
So the reason why, so what the way I'm looking at the way
Going back, sorry for interrupting you. Going back to your point
Wow.
about if you then do that, it's gonna be hard for you to say you are British in a way, even legally, if you don't identify with the British values. It's gonna be hard, right? It's gonna be hard for you to like say you're British, and that's where the problem is coming from.
So
really.
what you're saying is the reason why you have match and match.
Of course, yeah. It is
What
part
you're
of it.
saying is the reason why they are nationalists. Nationalists try to preserve the earliest civilization of a land.
Yeah.
When we say earliest, we don't mean the Khoisan way. We don't mean the Khoisan way of, because it's not the earliest.
Yeah, whatever is dominant
No,
right
I'm
now.
not. Maybe I'm not phrasing it correctly.
No, I got it. I got you. It's basically whatever has become the norm.
Yes. So, for example, the Zulu, Xhosa, Tswana, Tsonga, Venda, Sotho way of looking at Ubuntu and of belonging to what we call South Africa today. Children, descendants of parents who went through apartheid as citizens of South Africa. That is the shared heritage of the South African people. The nationalists would say, I don't care, but if you came after independence, you don't belong here.
Yeah.
The reason why they say that is because they see people who came before, Indians who came before, who failed to assimilate. And that's why South Africa is so fractured, because you find Boris trying to do their thing.
No. It's not diverse though.
It's
very interesting.
It's diverse, but be honest with me. In a scenario where there's an insurgency in a country, wouldn't you worry about South Africa?
Insurgents, like what you mean?
Like a war instability. Wouldn't you worry about South Africa for the mere fact that you have so many groups that are so different? Like, for example, Boris now have established Orania. They even are saying, your government, we don't want it.
Yeah, that is so okay. In my way, it's so wrong in a way. It's very fractured. And I can tell you now, it's not.
Are you aware of the fact that they identify as South Africans?
Yeah, I know.
So this is the reason why nationalists talk about, we also want to know where you're from, because they want to identify people.
Yeah, I know.
It's
very complicated. It's not
complicated.
Simple.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, it's not very simple. But I'm just saying, because it's so complicated, I just take my views, and my views are based on like just valuing human life and respect, of everyone and their views. So I cannot impose, whatever I think on people. But at the same time, I can appreciate where everyone is coming from. But personally, I wouldn't want to make anyone feel like less human. That's my view. We can disagree, we can whatever, but I just can never make someone feel like.
So for example, I do agree with you. I think if you were South African, you would be against match and match in certain places.
In certain places, yeah, I would definitely.
You would be
kind of look at it like
against match and match. Surprise, surprise! I am Zimbabwean. I agree with match and match.
Okay, I don't know where. It's very funny. I don't know.
It's funny, right?
Yeah, it's funny, but I don't really know.
I
haven't
agree.
really thought about
Do you know why I
match
agree?
and match thing.
Do you know why I agree with them? I agree with them because there is a genuine concern. We cannot lie, guys. But then at the same time, even though I agree with them, the problem with extremist point of views,
that's the point.
The problem with extremist point of views is that they are making illegal immigration as the real cause of South African issues, but it's not.
Yeah, it isn't.
Like, let's be honest and just be truthful. It's not. It's one of the issues, but it's not the real issue.
I think it's not really.
It's just one of the. There's so many issues, guys. If no matter how many illegal foreigners come in South Africa, right? If money was not being eaten in those tenders, people would be complaining. Let's be honest. Why I say this is because America, for example, is a land of foreigners.
True. UAE.
You've never, but you see, Americans who under Trump are starting to see that their nation for so many decades is dependent on foreign input, legally or illegally. Case in point, you see American agriculture, the agriculture in America, right? The agriculture in America is anchored by illegal South Americans.
That's so true, actually. For many years, before tech and stuff. That's actually
30 years, 40 years ago, when there was insurgence of drugs and stuff, the cocaine and where they were discovered with people who were farming, who went back home after they were released from farm when they were old. Parents were like, no, we know this could work. We could do opium, we could do this. The reason being, Trump came with this match and match nonsense in America.
True.
And
I think he won the election based on it.
This stream has to be public. It has to be private.
It does.
Came with match and match nonsense, right? But after he came with the match and match stuff, right? They call it "Make America Great Again." Farmers were voting for Trump, saying he's going to make America great again, because farmers were forgetting that their workers,
of course,
are illegal.
Their workers are like all immigrants.
So if you go to America today, you will hear that the most thriving farms are farmers who are black, because they never benefited from slavery labor. They also never benefited from free labor from South America. Blacks were employing these South Americans properly and giving them decent salaries. And these blacks protected their farms and farming employees. So when ICE was storming farms, right? The white farmers, they found out that they are in trouble, and a lot of farms actually went bankrupt in a space of 8 to 9 months, doubled with those tariffs and stuff. And now they were online. If you go online right now, you will see videos of them complaining about Trump and his policies.
I know it's not as simple as people think. What I can tell you though, right, is I think to thrive in this, right, you just have to understand that human beings are flawed.
We are very flawed.
They're very flawed. So you have to take advantage of that and just play 4D chess.
And very, very selfish.
It's very selfish. So you have to really just play. I think I'm very aware of that, right? And what you have to do is basically look out. It's kind of selfish, but you have to look out for yourself in a way, like in your own small little world. And think about the chess moves that work for you, right? At the same time, when you do that, you have to try to be respectful to others. That I'll always do. Like I always do. But you've got to look at it like, okay, what's the chess move to play here? And that's what makes people like at the very top, like stay at the very top because they are always playing chess moves, you know.
But then, if I'm actually to be honest with you, people at the top don't respect other people.
They don't.
If
A
you
lot of them
actually,
don't.
if you actually are very respectful of people, chances are you are going to consider others and you won't profit.
Yeah, what I'm saying is right now, like whatever is happening now, like in the States and South Africa, there are people who are looking at it as like, what's my chess move? Like, what do I do to benefit from this? You know, they're already like, it's unfortunate. Sometimes life is like, it's like, I think sometimes human beings have animal instincts. Like it's like that. So
We are actually very much animal. I agree with you 100%.
yeah,
Shem.
so you always have to kind of remind. And what you can do though, what I think what makes it different is when you play the game, the best way to play the game is not to make people think you're playing the game. That is genius because people might they won't even notice that what's happened. Like I can tell you that people are pulling moves behind the back right now with everything. And they know they see things 10 months ahead and they make changes.
You should be able and smart enough to run game.
Exactly.
But the
That's
question
the
now,
way.
is how. For example, like right now, I'm sniffing my aunt. She thinks she's running game on us.
Yeah, of course.
But I sniffed her already. She thinks we don't know that it's guilt making her give us tomorrow off.
Of course. Of course. Of
She's
course.
been told, the husband probably told her, I don't think me and the boys are getting along.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
She's running game on us. And what they don't understand is that we actually technically run game on them. When remember that time when I was saying, let's save 17 days. And then as soon as he was refusing, we didn't get back to him. We ran game on him.
We did. I think that's what you gotta do. You gotta play like
We ran game on, because now he doesn't know where our mind is. He doesn't. We are just going to carry on. You have never heard us complain. We have never complained to you. Why should we? We are grown-ups. Why should we complain to you?
That's what I'm saying. I think like the best way to survive this world, like take it, is to. I think people at the bottom, like we shouldn't fight for breadcrumbs. So all those people at the bottom, we're just fighting for breadcrumbs, and you've got to escape this like level and just escape this. Like, there are people right now who are playing country. You know that there are people who are playing country, literally saying we need to like change this country's economy. Like, there are people with that amount of power,
What are you talking about? Tagwire.
Of course,
Tagwire is running game on 19 million people.
you see, that's what I'm saying. And then we
But
all are
but
just
but
fighting
those
each other
guys,
at the bottom here.
have to do it with a bit of cruelty, man.
They're cruel. They're very cruel. I think you know what I saw with the war vets, right? I think during
Those people annoy me, Shemio.
no, during the war, right? They were kind of they were very cruel. I mean, they were killing each other. I mean, the people they have been killing each other for a long time. So what makes you think they will think about TK and his family? And they don't care that much. To them, you are not worthy of they actually believe the little things they give you, you have to appreciate them. And once people look at you like that, that's it for me. Like, that's it for me. Like, because they'll think, those people in Zim, we give them a little bit of 1, 2. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate like that. And And it also comes down to, you see, this thing of nationalism and patriotism. It's harder than people think. Because if we really had like a lot of patriotism and nationalism,
Right.
our
Thank you.
leaders wouldn't steal.
Thank you for bringing that word. So patriotism has nothing to do with where you're from.
Yeah, it doesn't.
But then patrioticness, people who are nationalists tend to say we don't want to change our because the problem. I think what has happened in the world, like as the world has progressed in the history, right? They realized that certain cultures were changed by people who said they were patriotic.
Okay.
So, for example, here in South Africa,
Mhm.
if there was an established modern civilization by the Zulus and Boeries and where the British came, and with their way of life and imposed it on South Africans, say, okay, you're patriotic. I know that you say you're South African, but why are you forcing me? Why are you forcing this area to be an Indian area? You get that is the reason why nationalists exist. I actually think they can coexist, and it's a healthy way of coexisting. It protects it
Both.
protects it protects certain structures in the sense of identity. It's a good it just has to be healthy. Unfortunately, even for patriotists and whatever, things with people, things are
Things
never
always go extreme. That's the problem.
there will be extreme at some point. Like there will be. Like even if we get like even me and you, like you see that Orania, for example.
Yeah.
Right now they think they're in a bubble. But there will be extremists there soon in Orania.
True.
It's just a matter of time.
I don't think it's gonna work.
No, it's gonna work for a while, but
Yeah, for a while, it's gonna bubble.
it's gonna end bad. Do you know why I say that? There's gonna come a time where there's going to be an insurgence of black people who just don't think Orania should exist.
Yeah.
And then you hear one day missiles hit Orania.
Of course, they'll be like, why are they? In fact, it will be like, why are they successful? Why are they like this? Or
Yeah,
what gives them the right to take this?
so when one person is learning to destroy a country, they will just use Orania as an easy target.
Yeah.
To say, you know what, I have these missiles I bought, but before I attack South African people and South African malls, why don't I try them on Orania?
I understand. You know what? If I were to rewrite,
Should I be honest?
Yeah.
YouTube know this, and then you keep quiet.
What are you gonna say?
Nachona chimsini cho Orania nas. I was thinking the same thing, you know.
Kulichi?
I'm like, you know what? If I'm actually learning to deal with the Zimbabwean government, I should start by learning to deal with these ones.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate.
Maybe I'm an extremist, but I'm just being honest.
Nah, for me, right, what I've learned is this, like from all this, the world will never be perfect because I think human beings, we are so flawed at a point there, we can never be like, so I don't think you can ever build, it's so hard to build a perfect country. And for you to build a perfect country, there has to be some equilibrium where the only way we can have perfect countries is if every country in the world is also perfect. That would work, because even if you think about the economies of the world, like at some point, the entire European economy is built on like African cheap raw materials. It's just African exploitation.
What?
Like a lot of European stuff is just African exploitation.
100%. Like Europe was built on the backs of African stuff.
Exactly. And that's some, like I can tell you right now in Johannesburg, right? You'll be surprised. Like if you go to the Johannesburg Stock Exchange, I was doing some analytics and just reading. Do you know that only 20% is South Africans who own the Johannesburg Stock Exchange? The rest is Europeans in